Another 5 from Alan Wells says, would y'all rather have a Green Lantern ring or Haki? Both are powered by willpower. Also, does Hal Jordan have more willpower than Luffy?
No, he doesn't. That's a question.
I'm not familiar
Hal
with
Jordan
DC.
does not have more willpower.
From what I saw, I think there's there's different levels or takes of him.
Yeah.
From what I saw, no.
I want to say Hal Jordan does have stronger willpower than Luffy, because even if you have basic knowledge of the Lantern core powers, Luffy has never been under an emotion that was forced upon him to overcome it. So for example, Hal Jordan has taken the Ring of Greed and he's had to overcome that greed itself, proving his willpower. And Luffy has competition with rivals. He's so absent-minded that he's never had to deal with the emotional stress of certain things mattering more to him than not. It's just, this is what I want, this is how I want it, and that's it. Nobody can tell me otherwise. And ignorance is bliss. So for Hal Jordan, having the knowledge that he has, he's been able to conquer fear itself and conquer greed itself. He's the second person to wield almost all the rings at one point, because Kyle Gardner was the other one to wield the infinite spectrum, which is basically every emotion on every finger, and he wielded all of them. It became the White Lantern. I think that's how it goes. But the ring is just a conduit for what is already inside you, and that's just Haki itself. So for me, I don't know, man. It's tough because I'm not a super knowledgeable guy on the Lantern core. I just have intermediate knowledge.
Like a huge Lantern fan. I figured
I don't know specific facts the way I do with One Piece.
I can't speak to Hal Jordan at all. I go with Luffy just based off the strength that is Luffy.
Because I'm thinking, he hasn't experienced it now, and we saw how it was back then, but that's also when Luffy's Haki was just still growing. I'm talking about the emotion being forced on him. Mm. The closest we could see that with some of the abilities who's like that is Perona.
Yeah.
It can make you negative. Granted, we haven't seen Luffy deal with that now, but I kind of feel like it wouldn't affect Luffy at all.
You know what it is, too? It's her ability is just something that she could transfer out.
Yeah.
She's not the entity of that emotion. She's not the entity of dubiousness, Hal Jordan specifically dealing with the entity of fear, the entity of greed, the entity of compassion, and even anger itself was something that everybody experiences, and Hal Jordan has succumbed to it, but he's also overcome it.
Yeah.
And that shows willpower itself. If something made you mad 24/7, no matter what, your life just was consumed by anger, would you be able to conquer it and not be angry at all? But instead find solace in the anger. And it's that's willpower itself. So it's not the same type of conquering where you could physically do something, but it's your inner self conflict. Can you overcome that?
Yeah.
Hopefully I explained it.
I feel that was well said.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
That at some point Hal Jordan becomes a ring like himself. He doesn't need to wear the ring anymore, and then he even makes a whole planet out of.
Can they hear you?
Yeah, they can hear me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he creates a whole planet out of his power and everything.
Yeah, they're able to do some crazy things and with their abilities in the lanterns. It's actually insane.
I'd say, again, I don't know much about them, but Green Lantern / Hal Jordan is winning the poll in the chat after 60 votes. So
if you could get to that level, because then the other question we didn't fully answer yet, what would you rather have, Haki or the ring?
I don't want the rings because I don't want to be challenged that intensely.
Get your Haki up, bro.
Yo, that was a very Haki-less moment of me. But I just feel in the One Piece world, as crazy as it sounds, they deal with less.
They're more free. See, I don't know much. Haki is willpower is freedom.
See, it's funny.
It's a translation. It's a correlation.
Mark changed my answer because I was going to say, I'm going to choose Haki because I didn't like the fact that you had to charge the ring. I didn't want to be limited to that. But then he's saying that you can basically become your own ring and have that power. I was like, oh, shoot.
You can't expand the powers to that level to Lawrence because he's always going to assume that he can.
You know what it is, too, about charging the ring? For me, I always felt you didn't really need to charge it, but it was more of an emotional balance.
Okay.
You know how you go to the gym? No, that's not a good way to say it. When you're thinking about too many things, so you go to the therapist, you talk to them, and then you're oh, now I feel better. It was kind of like that. You've always had the will inside yourself, and you can increase it. You could do dramatic things because your will is able to be produced more. I never felt the lantern itself provided you with more willpower. It's already inside you. Yeah. I felt it just always balanced you emotionally in a weird way.
No, that makes sense. I can understand.
And to me, that's how it always seemed to me.
But it gives you the power to manipulate your will. Where Haki, you kind of already have the power to kind of do that already. Mm-hmm. Where the ring is yes, your will could be strong, but you need the ring to channel it, materialize it into something. And then I guess later on, Hal Jordan didn't need it. He didn't need the ring's guide, I guess, to help him channel out his will. Mm-hmm. He was able to create stuff on his own without the ring. The only thing is with Haki, you can't legit create your own planet, but you could kind of do other stuff with it.
The thing too is like with the rings, there comes a point where like there's even a dark ring called the death ring, and you could like raise the dead, or like you could just like murk people, from what I remember. And then there's the white one, which is the life ring, and you could like, you know, do things of life. It gets crazy what you could do with your will. Yeah. I will say that in comparison to like the limitations of One Piece itself. I mean, but Emu out here taking people's life away.
Yeah.
So
Hey man.
now it's getting a little complicated.
So we still haven't answered which one we choose.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I really don't know.
I'm just not big into jewelry for real.
You got a chain on right now, bro.
That has sentimental value.
Your ring would have sentimental value.
Object that holds my willpower in it?
I'm gonna choose Haki. I just realized it's not just about, there's Future Sight and there's Conqueror, so this, you know.
It's more avenues.
Yeah.
That's true too.
I'm gonna choose Haki.
I'm more versed in Haki. It was always gonna be Haki for me.
Same.
I think I'll go Haki. Just because of observation.
Yeah.
Observation is crazy. It's probably the best Haki out of all of them.
It's the most convenient for us as
Yeah,
regular
convenient as people. Yeah.
From Johnny Blorp, it says, "What's your favorite video game?" #LaughTale. That's a good one.
All time?
That's a hard one.
All time?
We've been asked this before. I have my answer.
Video game.
Have we?
Yeah.
I wonder if I said something different.
You
then.
probably did.
It'd be Chrono Trigger.
I think you said Chrono Trigger, actually.
Yeah?
Mine is Fallout New Vegas.
Ooh, such a good one. Lawrence's has to be Urban Reign.
I actually played it again recently.
Lino's has to be the Warriors.
I was going to say Lawrence is probably God of War.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking
God of War 2.
Yeah,
but I don't feel like Lawrence liked God of War just as much as Urban Reign, though.
You wasn't there when Lawrence was punching Zeus, man.
No, I get it.
Yo,
I
it
get it.
It was like 45 minutes.
I
get it.
thought there was going to be an achievement.
No, bro.
Yeah.
He hated
No,
this man,
I get
bro.
it, bro.
Bro,
I get it.
it was insane, bro.
But you know what's crazy? It's so wild because I'm so much older now than when I first discovered Chrono Trigger that I'm starting to realize Final Fantasy VII is probably better than it. I'm starting to fall in love with Final Fantasy VII now, like the old version that came out back in the day on PlayStation 1. And I'm starting to learn like that was such a damn good game to me. But Chrono Trigger will always have something in my heart. So, and they always said like Final Fantasy VII and Chrono Trigger were basically the same story but just a little different. And I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like the synopsis of something. An alien falls from the sky, goes into the planet, and it causes massive havoc, and then the story just revolves around it. And I'm like, that's true. So they're like, yo, Chrono Trigger was just a knockoff. But Chrono Trigger actually came out first before Final Fantasy VII. I feel like I got way too much useless knowledge.
Honorable mention Gears of War. I feel like that was, at least just for this podcast specifically, that's a game that united the four of us. Yeah. Especially me and Larry.
Yeah.
Me and Larry became close.
I didn't like Sebastian.
Because of Gears of War.
Even when I was living together, I was like, it's so bad, bro. But when we started playing Gears, we developed, like, we depended on each other. Because we were just trying to survive.
Horrible, bro.
Gears is crazy.
We used to lock in for hours, bro.
Yeah.
Larry be like, yo, let me snipe. You be on day one, just stuck in a corner for hours.
Those are some of the best times.
Horde was crazy, bro.
Yeah,
man. Shout out to Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as well. We got another 5 from Gerardo Ramirez. It says, the second Larry said Final Fantasy VII, he now has my loyalty for life. Don't care how many bad takes he has mentioning G Gundam, Zoids, and Yu Yu Hakusho also helped.
I will say this to disappoint you further. Final Fantasy VII isn't my favorite Final Fantasy.
Is it 10?
It's 10.
Yeah, I figured it would be 10.
Final Fantasy X was the first RPG I ever played besides Chrono Trigger, but it was my first time diving into the Final Fantasy series. And it's so crazy that happens to be the second best Final Fantasy series, I think, out of all of them, right, Marv? It was like Final Fantasy... I don't know. Well, they came out with like 2 iterations of it, but...
I think sales-wise, it's up there. It's
yeah.
Behind 7. It's 7
yeah.
10.
So I'm a really big fan of Final Fantasy X over 7. But I'm starting to fall in love with 7 more than ever. There's like good lore, like really good lore.
Another 5 from Bushy Brown 28. It says, if you could party with any anime group, who would it be? I would choose the Fairy Tail Guild. Plenty of baddies there. And Larry,
oh yeah,
have you started Eden Zero yet?
No, I haven't. But I would definitely do Fairy Tail as well. They know how to party.
I feel like the answer is the Straw Hats. They party more than anybody, I feel like.
Yeah, but they party for like a night and like.
I want you to party one time, bro. Like, it's not like you're getting to party every time.
I don't like the way like wolves and pigs start dancing with you. It's just like, how's that happening?
This is a lot.
I'm confused.
This is a lot.
You know what I'm saying? And it's usually they party after a lot of destruction just happened. So they're like kind of celebrating the fact that they just destroyed the government of that kingdom. So
But
like,
everybody turned. It's good vibes though.
I mean, I don't know.
I'll probably party with from Dragon Ball Z Bulma with her spread out from Super.
Wait, what?
You said,
No, it's
Yo, wait. What?
yo, Marv, did he say with her spread out?
That's what I heard.
spread out food. You ever see Dragon Ball Z Super?
Her spread.
Her spread. Yeah,
What she
Yo,
cooked. What she cooked.
Yeah.
What the is going on?
Because you guys didn't let me finish. You guys always jumping to conclusions.
Yo.
I'm going by. You seen Dragon Ball Z Super? You know what I'm talking about. I can't with you guys, man.
Yo, bro.
Bro, you said her spread out.
Her
Bro.
spread out.
You didn't word it wrong,
Yo,
Lana.
that was crazy.
Food.
What's out here?
No, I can't, bro.
So they're like kind of celebrating the fact that they destroyed the government of that kingdom. So like,
Everybody turned. It's like it's good.
can they hear this, Marv?
From Dragon Ball Z Bulma with her spread out from. I said from. You heard me say from. Yeah, I can't.
Yo,
Bro. Marv with the replay.
yo, I didn't even know Marv could do that.
Yeah, we're about to be like Sports
Oh my
Center.
God. But you guys know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, bro, we got you. Bro.
I legitimately don't, but
I don't either, bro. Like, we got you, bro.
I know what you're talking
We
about.
got you, bro.
She cooked mad food.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what he talking about?
The food.
Asking him.
Shut up.
He was like,
ain't
he was like,
identified
hey,
it was
Bulma.
food.
Hey, Bulma.
I can't with you.
Bust it open.
I identified it was food.
Spread.
Spread.
Got
All
done.
right, keep going, bro.
I got done.
Hey Nakama, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. If you wish to become an official member of our channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so when we go live on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, you'll be able to catch us. And listen, don't be late to the party because we're always one fan question away from crashing out on each other. Much love, Nakama. Jana.